Gods on earth, the pharaohs of ancient Egypt, a land of scorching deserts, a life-giving river, and mighty rulers called pharaohs. These were no ordinary kings. Egyptians believed their pharaohs were gods living on earth. They were the link between humanity and the divine, responsible for maintaining order and balance in the world. Imagine a world where your king could command the Nile to flood, bringing life to the land, where he could talk to the gods and ensure a bountiful harvest. This was the reality for the ancient Egyptians. Their pharaohs were not just rulers, but divine beings, worshipped and revered. Their power was absolute, their word law. They commanded vast armies, built colossal temples, and left behind legacies that still captivate us today. But their most important role was as intermediaries between the people and the vast array of Egyptian gods. This essay will unravel the fascinating relationship between the pharaohs and their gods. We'll explore the powerful deities of the Egyptian pantheon, the influence of foreign gods, and the enduring legacy of this extraordinary civilization. The ancient Egyptians worshipped a multitude of gods, each with their own unique personality and domain. Imagine a family reunion, but instead of aunts and uncles, it's gods and goddesses. There's Ra, the mighty sun god, who sailed across the sky each day, bringing light and warmth to the land. Then there's Osiris, ruler of the underworld and god of the afterlife, who promised eternal life to those deemed worthy. His wife, Isis, was a powerful magician and protector, a symbol of motherhood and healing. And who could forget Anubis, the jackal-headed god of mummification who guided souls to the afterlife? These are just a few of the many deities that populated the Egyptian cosmos. From the heavens to the underworld, gods influenced every aspect of Egyptian life. They controlled the seasons, protected the crops, and even dictated the flow of the Nile. It was the pharaoh's duty to appease these gods, ensuring their blessings upon Egypt. Through rituals, offerings, and temple building, the pharaoh maintained a delicate balance with the divine, a balance vital to the prosperity of the kingdom. The pharaoh's connection to the gods wasn't just symbolic, it was considered a matter of lineage. They were believed to be the sons of Ra, descended from the sun god himself. Imagine being told your great-great-great and many more greats grandfather was the sun. This divine heritage gave the pharaohs immense authority. It legitimized their rule and set them apart from ordinary mortals. As Ra's representative on earth, the pharaoh was tasked with maintaining cosmic order known as Ma'at. This wasn't a responsibility they took lightly. Pharaohs performed daily rituals to honor the gods, from making offerings to reciting sacred texts. They also oversaw the construction of magnificent temples, dedicating them to specific deities. The pharaoh's life was a delicate balancing act, maintaining harmony between the human and divine worlds. Their success or failure had direct consequences for the entire kingdom. A strong pharaoh, favored by the gods, meant a prosperous Egypt. A weak pharaoh could bring famine, disease, and the wrath of the gods. Egypt wasn't isolated in the ancient world. Traders, diplomats, and sometimes even invaders brought their own gods and beliefs to the Nile Valley. Imagine new kids arriving at school, bringing with them exciting stories and traditions. These foreign deities, like the Canaanite storm god Baal or the Mesopotamian goddess Ishtar, were sometimes incorporated into the Egyptian pantheon. They were often assimilated with existing Egyptian gods, taking on similar roles and attributes. This cultural exchange wasn't always peaceful. The arrival of foreign gods sometimes coincided with periods of political upheaval or invasion. The Hyksos, for example, who ruled parts of Egypt during the Second Intermediate period, introduced their own pantheon, challenging the traditional Egyptian order. Yet the Egyptian religious system was remarkably adaptable. It absorbed foreign influences while retaining its core beliefs. This openness to new ideas contributed to the longevity and richness of Egyptian civilization. Section 5. Legacy in stone. Monuments to the gods and pharaohs. The ancient Egyptians were master builders, leaving behind some of the most awe-inspiring structures ever created. Imagine gigantic stone pyramids, towering temples adorned with hieroglyphics, and colossal statues guarding sacred grounds. These weren't just feats of engineering, they were expressions of religious devotion. The pyramids, for example, served as tombs for the pharaohs, their towering forms designed to help the deceased ruler ascend to the heavens. Temples, on the other hand, were the homes of the gods on earth. Within their sacred walls, priests performed daily rituals, offering food, drink, and prayers to the deities. The massive columns, intricately carved walls, and towering pylons were all designed to inspire awe and reverence. The sheer scale and grandeur of these monuments are a testament to the power of the pharaohs and the importance of religion in ancient Egyptian society. Even today, millennia later, these structures continue to inspire wonder and fascination. Section 6. Maintaining Ma'at, the pharaoh's divine duty. The ancient Egyptians believed in a concept called Ma'at, which represented cosmic order, justice, and truth. It was the foundation upon which their civilization rested, and maintaining Ma'at was the pharaoh's most important duty. Imagine a set of scales perfectly balanced. On one side are truth, justice, and order. On the other side are chaos, lies, and injustice. The pharaoh, as the son of Ra, was responsible for keeping those scales perfectly balanced. They did this by upholding the law, defending Egypt from its enemies, and ensuring the gods were properly worshipped. Any disruption to Ma'at, whether caused by natural disasters, foreign invasion, or internal strife, could have catastrophic consequences. To reinforce their role as guarantors of Ma'at, pharaohs performed elaborate rituals like the Sed Festival, a jubilee celebration designed to renew their divine power and demonstrate their continued ability to rule. Their success in maintaining Ma'at determined the prosperity of Egypt. A just and righteous pharaoh, favored by the gods, would ensure a bountiful harvest, protect the kingdom from harm, and usher in an era of peace and prosperity. Section 7. Across the seas and deserts. The arrival of foreign deities. The ancient world was a melting pot of cultures, and Egypt, despite its powerful identity, was not immune to foreign influence. As trade routes flourished and empires rose and fell, new gods and goddesses found their way to the banks of the Nile. Imagine merchants arriving from distant lands, carrying not just exotic goods, but also tales of their own deities. These stories, often told in bustling marketplaces or around flickering campfires, piqued the curiosity of the Egyptians. Some foreign deities, like the Anatolian goddess Kubaba, were assimilated into the Egyptian pantheon, their attributes and roles merging with those of existing gods. Others, like the war god Reshef, brought from the Levant, retained their unique identities while gaining a foothold in the Egyptian religious landscape. This influx of foreign deities enriched Egyptian culture, adding new layers of complexity to their already diverse pantheon. It also highlights the adaptability of the Egyptian belief system, capable of accommodating new ideas without compromising its core principles. Section 8. The power of the gods, religion and politics in ancient Egypt. In ancient Egypt, religion wasn't just a matter of personal belief. It was the very foundation of society, intertwined with every aspect of life, including politics. Imagine a world where the king was also the high priest, where laws were seen as divine decrees, and where temples were centers of both worship and power. The pharaoh, as the son of Ra, was considered the intermediary between the gods and the people. His authority stemmed not just from military might, but also from his divine right to rule. Temples, often grand and imposing structures, served not only as places of worship, but also as centers of economic and political power. Priests, who held significant influence, played a crucial role in maintaining Ma'at. They performed daily rituals, interpreted omens, and advised the pharaoh on religious matters. Their knowledge of sacred texts and rituals gave them considerable power within Egyptian society. The interconnectedness of religion and politics in ancient Egypt is evident in everything from monumental architecture to daily life. It was a society where the divine permeated every aspect of existence, shaping its worldview, values, and destiny. Section 9. Shifting sands of belief, the evolution of Egyptian religion. Egyptian religion wasn't static, it evolved over millennia, influenced by internal developments and external pressures. Imagine a river, its course shaped by the landscape it traverses, constantly changing yet always flowing. In the Old Kingdom, the sun god Ra reigned supreme, his cult center at Heliopolis. During the Middle Kingdom, Amun, a local Theban god, rose to prominence, eventually merging with Ra to become Amun-Ra. The reign of Akhenaten in the New Kingdom witnessed a radical shift. This pharaoh attempted to replace the traditional pantheon with the worship of Aten, the sun disk, a move towards monotheism that ultimately failed. Despite these shifts, certain core beliefs remained constant. The Egyptians' faith in the afterlife, the importance of Ma'at, and the pharaoh's divine role as intermediary between the gods and humanity endured for centuries. The evolution of Egyptian religion reflects the dynamism of their civilization. It was a belief system capable of adapting to changing circumstances while retaining its essential character. The ancient Egyptians left behind a rich tapestry of religious thought and practice, a testament to their enduring fascination with the divine.